I see. You were the answer on all my questions before we're through. I want to tell you that I adore you and always do. That you amaze me, believe in me now and start anew. My Bellamy, I'm in love with you. My Bellamy, I'm in love with you.
Cincinnati's Oldies Network.
Cincinnati. The following is a paid program. Its views and opinions are not necessarily those of this station or its management.
Good morning, and welcome to the Rock and Roll Real Estate Hour starring Gary Rossignol of RE/MAX Preferred Group. To be part of the program, dial 513-563-1480 to get your answers to questions about your home and property. That number again, 513-563-1480. Now, here's Gary.
Hey, good morning, everyone. We are all here surviving social distancing. We're about 6 feet apart. My name's Gary Rossignol, the rock and roll realtor with RE/MAX Preferred Group, and your host every Saturday morning from 9 to 10 o'clock here on WDJO. We're all about having fun, learn something important, and enjoying music. And this morning I have a friend and a colleague. She and her project manager, Nick Alley, have been here many times. Her company is DryEffect, and her name is Lisa McIntyre.
Good morning.
Well, you're getting a standing ovation already. Thanks, Dan. Are they practicing social distancing? They're going to get us for gathering a group together? Anyhow. But before we get into the meat and potatoes of things this morning, let's give away some gift cards to Starbucks.
Right.
Our favorite coffee joint. You can still do the drive-thru. Most of them are open. So anyhow. Just answer this question. The phone number is 513-563-1480. If you haven't won in the past 60 days, you qualify today to win the $10 gift card to Starbucks. In 1970, this folk rock band had a number one album called Deja Vu. They had 3 hit singles from that album: Teach Your Children, Our House, and Woodstock. Name that band, and you got to name the whole band, not part of them, because the last member joined them just before they did that album. And I wore that cassette tape out in my car back when I was in high school. That was a great album, boy, I'll tell you what. They are just fantastic. Anyhow, in 1970, this folk rock band had a number one album called Deja Vu. Name the band. 513-563-1480. Don't be shy. Call us up. If you have a question this morning, you can call us at 563-1480 as well. Oh, my gosh. Lisa, thanks for coming down today.
Thank you.
And joining us on the Rock and Roll Real Estate Hour. I know you guys have got to be busy right about now. Can you move in a little closer to the microphone? There you go. Good. So you have an interesting story how you started your company.
Yeah, so we started literally in the attic of our two-family at that time and went, prospered to our warehouse now.
Okay.
Right down the street.
What got you into what you do in DryEffect?
My husband, to be honest. He was a roofer prior, and then basically his partner and him split at that time, and so he took off and started doing water damage.
Okay. And you graduated as a microbial consultant. You're certified.
So I got certified in that after the fact.
Microbial consultant. Yeah. What does that mean? Exactly.
So mold. Know a lot about mold, essentially.
I've had a husband and wife team who came on. They do bed bugs.
Yeah.
And, they absolutely love bed bugs. In fact, his daughter is working with him now.
Oh, nice.
And, bed bugs specialists, and they're really good.
Yeah.
And they're excited about it. And you have the same enthusiasm over mold that they do over bed bugs. I think it's so interesting.
Yes.
But you're an essential part of my business.
Correct. Yeah, for sure.
We go through homes, and you sense that you can smell it in a basement. You can smell it when you walk in the house if there's any moisture happening.
Yeah.
So what studies did you have to take to become a microbial consultant?
So basically, college degree and a lot of science background. So, I went for actually radiation oncology prior, and nursing. So I have a lot of science, and that really applied to.
Were you thinking about being a nurse?
I was going to be a nurse, and then kind of went a little bit farther and graduated in radiation oncology.
Okay, all right. So you could go back to that if you wanted to, I guess.
Yes.
Okay, but you really like mold,
Right?
And your husband, his name is
Josh.
Josh, and Josh likes the water restoration part of the business.
Yeah, he's more into that.
Do your competitors have certified microbial consultants on staff?
There's only a select few in the area that really do. I want to say the closest one is Dayton.
That's important to know.
Yeah. Yeah, most don't, unfortunately.
There are a lot of water and mold restoration companies
Hundreds.
out there.
Yeah.
Yeah. How many of them are really certified? I mean, there's a certification. I know we've
Correct.
had this discussion before.
Yes. Yeah.
And where would our listening audience, if they wanted to call in a company?
Yeah.
Well, first of all, I'd say call in DryEffect Restoration.
Yes.
They're the best.
Right.
And by the way, your phone number is 513-763-2121.
Correct.
Easy to remember.
Yes.
Yeah.
Try.
And you interact a lot with our realtors.
Yes.
In fact, it was just about a month or 6 weeks ago, you did a 3-hour continuing education class.
Yeah, now they're online.
Exactly.
Or Zoom meeting.
Right. But it was really interesting. I mean, we've talked many times before.
Yes.
We've had a lot of discussions. And something else that you do, along with Julie McGrath at Pillar to Post, you guys have organized what's called Real Tours.
Yep.
I got a lot of realtors who tune
Yes.
in. Folks, listen up here because this is an exciting thing.
Yeah, so Julie and I started Realtors Connect. So we go basically have a short meeting, kind of network. Obviously, affiliates like myself and Julie kind of are there to, meet you, kind of discuss those things and our expertise, and then we'll tour basically typically 5 to 6 houses within a certain area. And we jump all over the tri-state kind of to see what's out there, and get feedback of maybe things that they should change or shouldn't change or price, maybe they're too high or whatever, and give them more feedback.
Yeah, they need to clean up that mess in the basement.
Yeah, and then it's a little bit easier to go back to your clients and say, hey, I have 20 realtors saying this.
Right.
And then especially if they're not wanting to move on an issue.
Yeah, yeah. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you're thinking about putting your house on the market, and as you're interviewing agents, ask them, do you participate in Real Tours?
Yeah.
It's an important thing. Especially if you're, let's see, the last one you had was supposed to be in Eastgate, which I think they got...
No, Indian Hill got canceled.
Indian Hill got canceled. All right.
unfortunately.
We'll get to that one later.
Yesterday.
Went on the one in Hyde Park, which was really good.
Yep.
And we toured homes. I think there was like 6 on the docket that day, and they priced between $200,000 to $400,000.
Yep. Yeah.
Nice range. And and there was about 25 agents there that did the tour. It was pretty cool.
Yeah,
all in
great
one
turnout.
morning. Right.
And with all the the snow.
Yeah, it was kind of
Yes.
snowy that day. Putting on and
School
off those little,
closings and everything.
Those little
Footies.
footies. Yeah, that was kind of. But it gave me a good overview because I have a buyer that was looking in the Hyde Park area.
Yeah.
And I thought, well, this is going to be good. So I got to tour quite a few of the top homes that were on the market at the time.
Yeah.
That's great. So, do you need to be licensed to do your job?
No. So that's a big...
that's kind of scary.
Yeah. Yeah. So really, without you doing your research, you don't know if they're qualified. So, I always urge homeowners, especially, to ask if they have certifications, show them. Also, insurance. I think that's the biggest downfall is that there's only a couple providers for us. So if you don't have your certifications and aren't in good standing, you're not going to have insurance, and that's a huge problem. I've had other homeowners call me and discuss that others didn't have, and basically they were in a lawsuit with a company that they couldn't do anything for them.
Right. Phil Moracle, you know Phil?
Yes.
Yeah, he's watching. Say hi, Phil.
Hello.
He's loyal. Yeah, that's great. Thanks, Phil. Yeah, he mentioned Julie McGraw.
Yep.
At Pillar to Post. I think I said McGrath a minute ago. He's corrected me.
Yes, Julie McGraw.
It's Julie McGraw. We know Julie. Hopefully I'll have her on the show here in the next couple of weeks. So if you go to DryEffect.com,
yes,
you get your beautiful website. And, I mean, it's really explains everything that you guys do.
Yes.
If you go to your Facebook page, I went there, and it was interesting because Nick is actually doing about a 3-minute video
yes,
of
sanitizing
a house.
Correct.
Which in today's pandemic,
yeah,
it is important for offices and companies
yes,
that are essential businesses. You might want to look into that. Is that a huge expense to have you come in the day? And
it really isn't. Bigger spaces is about typically 6 cents to 12 cents a square foot.
Okay.
So it's pretty reasonable, and then it's a minimum of $150. So if it is a smaller confined space, just know it's a minimum of $150, or we could do an hourly charge. But typically the square footage pricing works out.
Okay.
In favor.
Yeah. And also, according to the video, it's not a toxic.
Yeah, so it's all green products. So it's safe for pets, any animals and babies, kids, if someone is elderly or, that's sick with other issues besides what's going on.
Go to their website and then click on the Facebook page and watch the video. It's like 3 minutes, but Nick's explaining what he's doing. I mean, he's actually sanitizing the entryway, and he goes into the kids' room,
yes,
sanitizes their play toys, yep, and everything. It's a vapor.
Yes. Yeah, so if you think of like a steamy shower, that's what that's steam.
Doesn't
feeling.
leave a drippy mess.
Nope.
No residue.
Yep. No wiping necessary. It's pretty easy product.
No sanitize.
Yes.
You got to sanitize, folks. I sanitized our microphones, our headphones, our table, and everything before we started today. Got to practice safe. Got it. We all have to chip in and do this thing. So, and fellow realtors, if you're following the Cincinnati Area Board of Realtors postings, which they're, Andy Clark is almost daily sending out updates, yes, from NAR, OAR, Cincinnati Area Board of Realtors about best practices. Something I do want to caution everyone, which is becoming pretty silly, actually, is allowing buyers to enter your listing without a licensed realtor with them. You think you're being safe by giving them a lockbox code and just, it's a vacant home. No. Can't do that. We cannot overstep our code of ethics, and it's a no-no. You just can't do that. So read up on it. Be safe. Make sure your sellers have sanitizers, and only have the decision makers go through the homes, yeah, when they're viewing the homes. Personally, when I put a home on the market, we do the full walkthrough video where they can tour the home. Plenty of high-definition photos, the aerial videos. So by the time you decide to go see the house, you pretty well have an idea what it's going to look like. And in today's society, Zoom meetings is really important. I'm sure you're doing, yep, a lot of those. Yeah. I'm on a Zoom meeting almost every day, yes, and it works really well. So DryEffect does water extraction and flood damage cleanup and crack injection. What's the process with that?
So either urethane or epoxy solution is applied. So you get two different ones. It just really depends on what's necessary at the home.
Okay.
So it's quick, easy. There's basically ports, and then they'll fill them. We'll clean out the crack, make sure everything's the debris, and fill them. And pretty simple process. It doesn't take an hour or two.
So if you're getting ready to put your house on the market and you have an older home in Hyde Park, Mount Lookout, or wherever,
really anywhere.
Yeah, and you have that crack that's been there for years, it's still going to be a red flag for buyers. They're going to go in and say, and the home inspector,
Yeah.
If Tom Capuano and his group goes through, they're going to say, you need to have a engineer take a look at it. Now you're talking about $500 to have a structural engineer come in, and they're not going to be able to tell you if it's moving or not.
Right.
Wouldn't it be a smart idea to have DryEffect come in and actually clean that out and fill it with the epoxy? Are there any kind of guarantees that go along with that?
Yeah, so all the warranty information is basically from the manufacturer. But we'll go out, especially if they're leaking or anything, we'll get it readdressed for them.
Okay. Now, when it comes to actually mitigating for mold, and we'll get into this in our next segment after our break, but there's various types of mold.
Yes.
And you can't really tell by going out on your first visit what kind of mold there is, just if there is mold or not, right?
Right. Yes.
So that's something we're going to get into here in just a little bit. First, I would like to express my gratitude to all the troops, the veterans, first responders, and our heroes in service and healthcare. Our nurses, doctors, nurses' aides, healthcare staff, EMT staff, police and firefighters. So often they deal with life and death situations, and especially during this pandemic. We need to thank them and keep them in our thoughts and prayers. They are working doubly, triply hard right now and putting their life, their safety at risk for our safety and our well-being. So if you're out and about, you see somebody in uniform, give them the thank you sign from afar. I usually say go up and give them a big bear hug or shake their hands. Don't do that. You can pick up their tab if you're in a drive-through, buy their coffee or whatever as you're driving through in front of them, pay it back. My daughter went through drive-through the other day, and she said somebody paid it back for her, so she paid it back for them, which is kind of neat. And by the way, visit our local establishments who are still up and running. Jags Restaurant, they have carryout, and their Friday night fish dinner is marvelous. We've had that every Friday night. Carryout at Jags is great. My son-in-law is head chef there, and also Smoothie King. They're open daily too. So if you have a question, call us at 513-563-1480. We're going to take our first break, and we're going to have a moment with Myles, and Lisa and I are going to answer the question with being cooped up in our homes, much more are concerns we should be aware of. You're listening to the Rock and Roll Real Estate Hour on the official station for FC Cincinnati Soccer on WDJO 1480 AM, now FM 995 and 107.9.
DryEffect Restoration Services provides water and flood damage mitigation, smoke and fire damage restoration, odor control, and mold damage remediation and testing. DryEffect Restoration Services can identify and correct lingering issues that might not be visible to the untrained eye. They're locally owned and operated and will help you recover from the devastation of water, smoke, fire, and mold damage. Their employees are fully trained, and DryEffect Restoration Services will offer you a quick response to all of your needs, usually an hour for emergencies. Visit DryEffect.com or call them at 513-763-2121.
Renfro Valley Entertainment Center presents Ray Stevens June 21st. Tickets on sale now at RenfroValley.com. Don't miss Ray Stevens perform his iconic hits, including Everything is Beautiful.
Everything is beautiful.
Plus his comedy classics, Along Came Jones.
And then along came Jones.
Guitarzan.
Tarzan.
Writers Convention, and The Street.
Oh, yes, they call him The Street.
Ray Stevens, June 21st at Renfro Valley Entertainment Center. Tickets on sale now at RenfroValley.com.
When you need the expertise of a top-notch plumbing company, it's Zinn's Plumbing you ought to call. Oh, they may be at the bottom of the alphabetical listing, but the service and pricing of Zinn's Plumbing puts them at the head of the class. They don't keep you waiting for hours on end on appointment calls. Zinn's Plumbing works within a 2-hour 12-hour time frame so you don't waste your time waiting for a service technician. And when a Zinn's plumber comes to solve your problem, you can feel confident the job will be done right. With Zinn's Plumbing, you'll always know what the cost will be before they start. They bill on a flat rate basis instead of an inefficient hourly billing system. Zinn's state-of-the-art trucks carry thousands of parts to complete your job with no needless delays. Well-trained professional plumbing technicians and courteous customer service are the hallmark of Zinn's Plumbing. It's a local family business proudly serving Greater Cincinnati since 1976. They can probably schedule your appointment today. Give Zinn's Plumbing a call at 681-2501. 681-2501. Zinn's Plumbing.
Welcome to Mount Healthy Auto Body. What can we do for you today?
I need a little cosmetic work.
Ma'am, you're at Mount Healthy Auto Body. We're talking about body work for your car.
From minor touch-ups to major mess-ups, the name you need to remember is Mount Healthy Auto Body. Keep the name and the number handy. Mount Healthy Auto Body, 521-8600. Mount Healthy Auto Body, precision collision repair since 1930. 521-8600. Come see them at 1595 Madison Avenue, 1 block north of the Ronald Reagan Cross County Highway in beautiful Mount Healthy.
Oh, get on. Let's rock the house.
Thanks for listening. You'll be glad you did. I'm your host, Gary Rossignol with RE/MAX Preferred Group, better known as Cincinnati's Rock and Roll Realtor. The moment we have been waiting for. This is A Moment with Myles. The captain of our ship, Myles Beersford, gives us his little tidbits of interesting topics and thoughts for everyday use. Good morning, Myles.
Hey, Gary, rock and roll, my friend. Speaking to the consumer this morning, please make sure that the agent you are dealing with fully explains that Ohio law protects you in the transaction. Whether you are listing, buying, or leasing property, a real estate agent can provide you with expertise and assistance. In some cases, the real estate agent will represent you as his or her client. In other instances, you may be working with the agent as a customer. In either event, the law protects buyers and sellers with required disclosures and forms prior to your purchase. The following disclosures are required in Ohio: the Consumer Guide to Agency Relationships, an agency disclosure statement, and the Residential Property Disclosure Form. Your agent should also present you with a lead-based paint disclosure, and if the agent is buying or selling a property for himself, he or she must disclose that they are a licensed real estate agent. And that's this morning's Moment with Myles.
Oh, thank you, Myles. That was really good stuff, and that was so apropos, too, for today's situation. We also have a new addendum, which they just posted, and it deals with the coronavirus, if a deal's falling apart based on that being the main problem. There is a way of extending the purchase contract for an additional 30 days. No one is going to be faulted for it, but it has to be based on that, and it's kind of vague. I would still recommend that you have your real estate attorney look it over before you sign it so you know exactly what it says. It's all new to us. I'm not an attorney, so I don't know. But thanks for that, Myles. He is the captain of our ship, along with his lovely wife, Christine Beersford. They are the broker owners of RE/MAX Preferred Group, by the way, the largest RE/MAX brokerage in the state of Ohio. And I'm so happy and glad to be part of that organization. Later, we're going to have a visit with Bill Carigan of the Dragonfly Foundation. You don't want to miss that. Next week, I have Kelly Meyer, our 2020 president of the Cincinnati Area Board of Realtors, and Bill Gabbert, the 2020 president of the Butler Warren Association of Realtors, right here in the studio. So we got a lot of regular listeners. We got Benita Baker. She's a new agent down in Florida. Julie says good morning.
Good morning.
Julie McGraw. Kathy Davin, Tom Stevens from New Jersey, Mike Little from Indiana. Got folks from all over the country tuning in. Thank you very much for watching. Two winners on the trivia question, Rick Sanders and Lori Martin. The correct answer was Crosby, Stills, Nash, and Young. Thank you, folks, for calling in. You're going to get a $10 gift card. You can drive through Starbucks and enjoy your cup of joe. The Rock and Roll Real Estate Hour is brought to you today by DryEffect Restoration Services, 513-763-2121. With the new, with what's going on with the COVID-19, we're all working from home. We're spending a lot more time at home. Our kids are not going to school. We're spending a lot of time in our homes that we normally didn't. Are there concerns that we should be aware of other than the COVID-19?
The thing is, a lot of people are setting up home offices in the basement, or they're making the basement now a playroom and occupying rooms that they may typically not. Mm-hmm. So if there is a mold problem or something going on, it may, bring up symptomatic responses if something actually is going on. And typically you may not notice because you're not occupying those rooms. So take a close eye if there is anything, get it addressed so you're not exposing your family to something harmful.
I know the class that we took that you gave about a month or so ago, you played a video, and it was really kind of scary. Yeah. Family bought their dream home. It was a farmhouse. Where was that located at?
I think in New Jersey.
Yeah. It was on acres, and they were going to fix it up. They lived there for about a year, and they noticed their child was getting sick and going to the doctors and having some mental issues. The husband ended up getting sick, and here it was, the Stachybotrys, which was hidden behind the dishwasher and the refrigerator, growing up the wall. You couldn't see it. The husband ended up getting sick, and here it was, the Stachybotrys, which was hidden behind the dishwasher and the refrigerator, growing up the wall. You couldn't see it. You couldn't detect it.
Yeah.
And it was spreading throughout the house.
Yes.
So how often is that? I mean, there are, tens and thousands of strains of mold?
Oh, there's over 200,000.
Wow.
Yeah.
So when you or Nick go out and the home inspector senses, or they see signs of this could be microbial substance, they're not going to say you have mold because they don't know.
Right.
A good home inspector will not call it out and say you have a mold problem.
Yes.
So if you have a home inspector and they say that's mold, fire them. Get a good inspector that knows better. But better yet, call DryEffect and let you guys come in. And your inspection is very little.
Yes. Yeah. So if you own a home, it's free. So
okay. That's even better than very little.
Yes.
So if you are staying at home and you're setting up that office in the basement, call them this week, 513-763-2121. You'll come out for free, inspect their new office quarters in the basement, and see if there's anything going on that they should dig into further.
Right.
Are there do-it-yourself mold test kits?
They are. There's numerous ones. I know. They're online. They're at Home Depot.
You have one there?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, so there's a couple different ones. I mean, I grabbed just 2 of them that I had tested.
Okay, folks. There's one. Where can you get this?
I picked up at Home Depot, and this one another individual picked up at Amazon.
First alert on Amazon. Okay. So how accurate are these?
So they're not. I don't want to say they're not accurate because they do what they say they're going to do.
But that costs money.
Exactly. So, they kind of loop you in. So I picked up the one Petri dish one for $20, and then you have to spend an additional $40 for analysis. So I was in just for the one, $60, and it really, it says it on the package, but it's not really obviously alarming, like, hey, you really got to send it off. The big problem I seen with it was it says, yes, there is mold, but there's mold everywhere. So you're left to kind of wonder, okay, so is it an issue or is it not an issue? So, like I said, they do what they say they're going to do, but it really kind of limits.
You take that hot, steamy shower and you don't squeegee off your walls, and you get that little stuff, which we call mildew, but mildew is what?
Mold.
Mold, right. So how much money do you really save by doing a do-it-yourself test kit?
You really don't, because you're still left call a professional and, you're paying someone else to retest. And then it took about a week. So it's a little bit lengthier turnaround process than
a week for the test, and then you have to send it in.
So it has to basically sit for an hour, then 48 hours is supposed to incubate, and then a week for the results.
Right.
Yeah.
With you guys, you can go out like tomorrow,
right?
And you can take some sampling, send it off to a laboratory, and you know the results in 48 hours. Yeah. Okay, that's cool. Their number is 513-763-2121, DryEffect Restoration Services. If you have a question, call us at 513-563-1480. Don't touch that dial. I have my music history coming up, and then Lisa will talk about the what-ifs that could happen at home. You're listening to the Rock and Roll Real Estate Hour on the official station for FC Cincinnati Soccer on WDJO 1480, now FM 995 and 107.9.
The knocking at a house is a rockin', don't
Why rent when you can own with no money down? If you're looking to become a first-time homeowner in the Cincinnati or Northern Kentucky areas, or heck, even if you haven't owned a home in the past 3 years and are now looking to buy, you may be eligible to receive up to $15,000 in homeowners assistance towards closing costs, pre-closing expenses, or even your whole down payment. That's right. You can own your own home with no money down. Find out if you qualify. Call Gary at 513-777-2402. That's Gary at 513-777-2402.
Hi, this is Mark Elliott from the WDJO Morning Show. I buy things online all the time. Books, clothes. Why not a car? So I thought I need a car. I started looking at used cars online, Craigslist and things like that. And then I thought, I don't know anything about cars. How do I know I'm not getting ripped off? So when I got this car, it had like a 7-day return. I immediately took it to John Nolan Auto Service. They looked it over from top to bottom. They checked everything, the tires, the transmission, all those words under the hood that I can't pronounce and know anything about. They gave me a complete list of what was wrong with the car, so I knew if it was the right deal or not. They really helped me out. And they'll do the same thing for you for just $59. It costs a lot more than that to get it inspected. But right now, for WDJO listeners only, so tell them you listen to WDJO, they'll do the inspection for you, whether you're buying a car from Craigslist or a dealer or anybody else. 859-291-8833. That's their number. They're in Newport. 859-291-8833. A $59 inspection of the car you want to buy, available now from John Nolan Auto Service.
When you can't eat out, take out. A little bit of New Orleans here in the Natty from Brew River Creole Kitchen. Brew River has your seasonal favorites and is still featuring this area's authentic, locally sourced, made-from-scratch Creole cuisine. Under the tutelage of Emeril Lagasse, Chef Michael Shields has learned the secrets of genuine Creole cooking and prepares it nightly, Tuesday through Sunday. Even though you won't be able to enjoy the great music at Brew River, at least for a little while, you can still make yourself comfy at home with Creole comfort food from Brew River Creole Kitchen. Just give Brew River a call and stop by. They'll have it waiting. You'll find Brew River Creole Kitchen on Eastern Avenue, just off the levee and Columbia Parkway, and online at brewrivercreolekitchen.com. Brew River Creole Kitchen. It's a taste of New Orleans that you can enjoy at home here in the Natty.
Town Properties is proud of creating truly great places to live, work, shop, and play. Town has the undisputed title of the region's most honored developer and manager. Rent an apartment with Town at the Lofts at Chilito Place, the Gramercy, the Greenwich, the Groton, all in downtown, or nearby at Delta Flats, DeSales Flats, Mount Adams, or Roebling Row in Covington. Find yourself among the jewels of the Queen City. Bars, restaurants, concerts, sports. Select a studio, 1-bedroom, 2 or 3-bedroom apartment home. Visit townproperties.com. Town Properties, great places to live.
It's music history time. So this is what happened today. Back in 1956, Elvis Presley played the first of 2 nights in San Diego Arena in San Diego, California. The local police chief issued a statement saying if Elvis ever returned to the city and performed like he did, he would be arrested for disorderly conduct. Today in 1960, RCA Victor Records announced that it would be releasing all pop singles in mono and stereo simultaneously. The first record company to do so, and Elvis Presley's single, Stuck on You, was RCA's first mono stereo release.
And buy me love.
Today in 1964, the Beatles held the top 5 places on the U.S. singles chart. At number 5 was Please Please Me. Number 4, I Want to Hold Your Hand. Number 3, Roll Over Beethoven. Number 2, Love Me Do. And at number 1, this song, Can't Buy Me Love. They also had another 9 singles on the chart, bringing their total to 14 singles on the Hot 100. And today in 1967, Jimi Hendrix Experience, the Walker Brothers, Engelbert Humperdinck, and Cat Stevens played 2 shows at Bournemouth Winter Gardens in England. The Jimi Hendrix Experience were also special guests on the first edition of the UK BBC TV's D-Time, along with Kiki Dee and Cat Stevens. Today in 1970, Crosby, Stills, Nash, and Young went to number 1 on the U.S. album chart with Deja Vu, the first album which saw Neil Young joining Crosby, Stills, and Nash, featured 3 U.S. 40 singles, Teach Your Children, Our House, and Woodstock. And today in 1982, Layla was on the singles chart. The re-released track originally featured on the Derek and the Dominoes album Layla and Other Assorted Love Songs back in November of 1970. Inspired by Clapton's then unrequited love for Pattie Boyd, the wife of his friend George Harrison, Layla is considered one of the rock music's definitive love songs and features an unmistakable guitar figure played by Eric Clapton and Dwayne Allman. Today in 2007, a Swedish couple ran into trouble with authorities after trying to name their baby Metallica. Michael and Carolina Tomorrow went to court with the country's National Tax Authority about naming their daughter after the rock band. The 6-month-old had been baptized Metallica, but tax officials said the name was inappropriate. Under Swedish law, both first names and surnames need to win the approval of authorities before they can be used. And today in 2008, Procol Harum singer Gary Brooker won back full royalty rights to the band's worldwide hit A Whiter Shade of Pale at London's Court of Appeal. The decision overturned a 2006 ruling that organist Matthew Fisher was entitled to a 40% portion of the royalties on the 1967 hit after he argued he had written the song's organ melody. The court ruled there was an excessive delay in the claiming being made nearly 40 years after the song was recorded. And happy birthday, born on this day back in 1939, South African trumpeter and singer Hugh Masekela, who had the 1968 U.S. #1 single Grazing in the Grass. Masekela had been described as the father of South African jazz. Masekela died in Johannesburg on January 23rd, 2018 from prostate cancer at the ripe old age of 78. But that's an iconic sound. We hope you found these bits of music history as interesting as I did when researching them to share with you today. I am the Rock and Roll Realtor because I play with the greatest classic rock band, Bluestone Ivory. Go to bluestoneivory.com. Our summer schedule is posted, although we are teetering on, are we going to do them or not? We've had a couple dances canceled. But almost every other day or so, we are posting new mini concerts on our website. You can go to our Facebook page on our website under videos. I'm posting, 7, 8, 10-minute mini concerts from last year's shows, so you can enjoy us in the privacy of your home or office or wherever you like to do that. If you're going to say happy anniversary or happy birthday or just hi, say it with flowers. Call Lutz Flower House at 513-921-0561. The Rock and Roll Real Estate Hour is brought to you today by DryEffect Restoration Services, 513-763-2121. I'd like to thank Lisa for coming down today and spending the time with us. Her name is Lisa McIntyre. Her and her husband, and how many kids you have now? 4. You just had a new one recently.
He's 1.
1 year old. And you run your own business.
Yep.
Wow. You're a busy lady.
Yes.
and she's all very business. She knows her stuff. You're a microbial certified in your line of work. If you're going to call in a company to do fire restoration, and that's something, DryEffect handles disasters like fire and smoke damage.
Yes.
And from my understanding, I think our talks before is smoke can do as much damage as fire.
Yes. Yeah. It's a lot of cleanup.
Yeah.
Time consuming.
And if you're doing your home inspection, your home inspector goes up in the attic, and this is just a caution to homeowners. If you know of having a kitchen fire or something like that did some damage, even though you restored it all years ago, there's probably still some residue left up in the attic. The worst thing you want is for your inspector to come down and say, there must have been a fire in this house because I see some residue upstairs, and there's no mention of it on the property disclosure form. That's a big red flag.
Right.
So, but you guys get called in to do those things. I know that I had a house, this is years ago, on the market. They were gone for the weekend. They came home after 3 days, and the toilet cracked. Was running all weekend long up on the second floor. Oh, what a mess.
Yes. It is.
You get called in for those kind of things, too.
Yes.
So, pet odors.
Yes.
Now, that is a major concern. We all love our little scruffy spot, the cat spot. Or I met a gentleman the other day, and the dog came walking in, and I says, "Oh, what's your dog's name?" He says, "Dog." He named his dog Dog. What a fitting name. But we love our pets, cats and dogs. But if you're not, a lot of people are allergic to cats.
Yep.
So if a buyer wants to buy a house and they go in and they sense that there's a cat there, and they're allergic, can you go in and treat the home so that they can safely move into that house later?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Not only take care of the odors, but you also get rid of the dander.
Yeah, so, it's a lot of just cleaning. So a lot of our equipment gets down to microns. So it's just a lot of deep cleaning, essentially, and air duct cleaning as well.
Can they keep the carpeting that's there?
Depending on how sensitive they are, it might be something that we recommend to get rid of.
Remove the carpeting, yeah. So, and that vacant house that's been sitting there for about a year.
Yeah.
That was left to the family because mom and dad left the earth or is in a retirement home or what have you. They lived there for 35 years, and they haven't painted or done too much, and it has that odor.
Yeah.
And it's throughout the whole house. How big of an investment is it to go in and kind of, do you do the sanitization, or do you do something special for something like that?
It really would depend on the odor of how extensive it is. A lot of times we're dealing with, urine from animals or smoke from...
Oh, yeah, yeah.
So it depends. But it can get costly, but it all depends on really what's necessary.
Okay. So if they were smokers and they smoked in it, as soon as you walk in, you can tell.
Yeah. Yeah.
But that can be eradicated.
Yes, correct.
Okay. What kind of on a scale 1 to 10, 10 being the worst, on a scale like around 5, we looking at a couple $1,000s or so to
typically.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that's not bad.
Yeah. Especially because most people aren't going to want to purchase a home unless they're looking to redo it.
Of course not, yeah.
They're not going to want to take on that task.
And they may love the floor plan, the location, but they walk in the house and they go, oh, that smoke or that pet odor is just terrible.
Yeah, it's going to leave with you.
All right. So call them, 513-763-2121. Lisa McIntyre and her crew. Nick, he's great. Yes. I love having him on the show. He's very personable, and he's got a lot of great stories to tell. Yeah. I enjoyed your class that you taught. So realtors, if you ever see Lisa is holding a 3-hour CE, sign up. Also join them. I know you mass send out your realtors.
Yes.
Which will be hopefully in the next month or two be kicking back up again. That's a great time. That's 513-763-2121. I'd like to thank you for coming down this morning. Things to be aware of. Sump pumps quit working and back up can cause a one-time mess in the basement.
Yeah.
But big question I have, if you don't have a leaky basement but a sump pump backs up or a water heater busts and you have water, how long does it take before mold can be starting to grow?
48 hours.
48 hours. Yeah. So you got to get that cleaned up within 48 hours
right.
or you're going to have an ongoing mold problem if you don't cure it.
Yeah, and insurance will typically deny a claim if they may have covered it prior, but if you delay and clean up.
Oh, okay. So you got to get right on it.
Right.
Gotcha. All right. Stay tuned. Don't touch that dial. Next, we'll have a little visit with Bill Carigan of the Dragonfly Foundation. You're listening to the Rock and Roll Real Estate Hour on the official station for FC Cincinnati Soccer on WDJO 1480 AM, now on FM 995 and 107.9.
The knocking, yeah, the house is a rocking. Don't bother knocking, yeah.
DryEffect Restoration Services provides water and flood damage mitigation, smoke and fire damage restoration, odor control, and mold damage remediation and testing. DryEffect Restoration Services can identify and correct lingering issues that might not be visible to the untrained eye. They're locally owned and operated and will help you recover from the devastation of water, smoke, fire, and mold damage. Their employees are fully trained, and DryEffect Restoration Services will offer you a quick response to all of your needs, usually an hour for emergencies. Visit DryEffect.com or call them at 513-763-2121.
Save Discount Drugs is open for business. I'm Dan Beebe, owner of Save Discount Drugs in Covington. Pharmacies are considered essential businesses, and Save Discount Drugs will remain open to provide our customers with the prescription medication they need. We know this can be a scary time. In addition to free delivery to Covington and surrounding communities, we are now pleased to offer curbside pickup. Just call us at 859-431-2857, and we will bring your prescription right to your car. Of course, our doors remain open, and you're welcome to come inside. We do ask, however, that you limit groups to no more than 2 people and respect social distancing guidelines. Save Discount Drugs still offers everyday low pricing on all prescription medications, and we can fill most prescriptions in 15 minutes or less. We have free parking behind our store with a convenient back entrance. Save Discount Drugs is located 4 doors north of the Madison Theater at 716 Madison Avenue in downtown Covington. That's Save Discount Drugs, 859-431-2857, or check us out online at savediscountdrugs.com.
Hear what customers are saying.
I love this place. This spot offers some versatility that I wasn't quite expecting when I walked in. You can either sit outside in this awesome walled-in back area or go inside and enjoy the ambiance and some live music. I went with a friend, and it was just perfect. They have a giant courtyard patio with live music. It was 2 guys with acoustic guitars singing and having a great time.
The Blind Lemon, open 7 nights a week. Live music 7 nights a week. The Blind Lemon, 936 Hatch, Mount Adams.
America is a great big country
filled with all kinds of different people.
And we all count.
That's why the 2020 census
wants to make sure we're all counted.
Why is it so important?
Because the census helps inform how hundreds of billions of dollars will be spent each year for things like
new roads,
health clinics,
even more school programs.
So make sure you're counted.
Because you count.
Shape your future. Start here. Complete the census at 2020census.gov. Paid for by U.S. Census Bureau.
Why rent when you can own with no money down? If you're looking to become a first-time homeowner in the Cincinnati or northern Kentucky areas, or heck, even if you haven't owned a home in the past 3 years and are now looking to buy, you may be eligible to receive up to $15,000 in homeowners assistance towards closing costs, pre-closing expenses, or even your whole down payment. That's right. You can own your own home with no money down. Find out if you qualify. Call Gary at 513-777-2402. That's Gary at 513-777-2402.
Get on. Let's rock the house.
Hey, we've been rocking and rolling this morning, ladies and gentlemen. You're listening to the Rock and Roll Real Estate Hour. And I've had my special guest, Lisa McIntyre with DryEffect Restoration Services, 513-763-2121. Call them this week. Any kind of something's going on in your house, you need, if you own a business or an office, you want to sanitize it for your workers, call them. It's very affordable, and it's very clean and safe. The Dragonfly Foundation provides distractions and support the community dragonflies don't even know they need. The Dragonfly Foundation supports pediatric cancer families and patients by building a network that connects Dragonfly families to each other and the community, providing programs that enhance quality of life, enhancing programs and partner with Children's Hospital, which is the greatest children's hospital in the entire country. And I am so fortunate that each week I have someone who is a volunteer or works at the Dragonfly Foundation. And this morning I have my friend, Mr. Bill Carigan. Good morning, Bill. How are you today?
Gary, how are you doing?
Oh, we're doing
Good to hear
fantastic.
your voice.
You are the number one fan, follower, volunteer. What all do you do at the Dragonfly Foundation, Bill?
I've actually served on the board of directors for the Dragonfly Foundation for 3 years now, and I've just found it to be a wonderful organization with some amazing volunteers, and the families that we work with are just fantastic. So it's an organization I really believe in, and I enjoy going out and helping to, raise funds and help coordinate events and things of that nature.
And that's what the Dragonfly Foundation is all about, because the work that they do, the hands-on work that they do with the families and the patients and their siblings, it's amazing to me how, wherever you are in the country, your child feels ill and they go to the doctor and they have tests done and they diagnose them with something, a blood disease or a cancer, and they say, you need to get to Children's Hospital in Cincinnati, Ohio, because it is the best in the country. And they come out here and they drop what they're doing. They leave family, jobs, friends, home, get their child out here, and then what do? They're like alone. But they're not alone, because they meet the Dragonfly Foundation. And
that's absolutely right, Gary.
And you change.
That's right.
Yeah, you change the whole attitude of having this disease that their child is afflicted with, where it's life changing, and you keep things in perspective, and you basically work on putting smiles on their face, and you'd only do that through the volunteers and the public donations through your fundraising efforts. And of course, with the pandemic going on, a lot of your personal group fundraisers have been rescheduled. Nothing's really been canceled, but they have been rescheduled, and you wanted to point out 2 or 3 of the major events that have been rescheduled, and we want to try and direct people to the website so that they can get involved in these fantastic fundraising events.
Gary, thanks so much for the opportunity to do this. The first thing I know is one of the most popular events over the last 3 years, this will be our 3rd year, is the annual Ride for Dragonfly. So any one of your listeners out there who's a motorcycle enthusiast, loves to get out for a ride, we're not canceling the event, but we are going to move it from June's popular events over the last 3 years. This will be our 3rd year, is the annual Ride for Dragonfly. So any one of your listeners out there who's a motorcycle enthusiast, loves to get out for a ride, we're not canceling the event, but we are going to move it from June 13th to Saturday, September the 12th. And that event will start and end at the Queen City Harley-Davidson in Fairfield, Ohio. So if you want information on this event or any of our events or all of our events, just go to www.dragonfly.org and click on the events tab, and you will be up to speed on everything going on. Similarly, our golf classic, which we hold at the Heritage Club every year in Mason, which is a gorgeous golf course, a fun golf course.
Yes, it is.
To play, and that's a scramble format, so you don't have to be Jack Nicklaus. You just go out there with 3 friends and have a great day. We're going to move that from May to September. That'll be on September the 28th. Again, go to dragonfly.org and click on events, and you will find a way to sign up for the Golf Classic. I would like to make a special appeal for 2 things today, Gary.
Okay.
Number one is we really need gift cards. since our landing in Clifton is closed right now due to the COVID-19 virus, we need to get our hands on gift cards. That could be Starbucks gift cards, McDonald's gift cards, Target, Walmart, you name it. If you have gift cards or would be willing to donate gift cards for the families, we will find a way to get those to the Dragonfly families. And if you don't mind, Gary, I'd like to give out my personal cell phone.
Okay.
Are you okay with that?
Sure.
Yeah, my personal cell phone is 513-807-6287. If any of your listeners would like to contact me or just text me their location, I will find a way to get those gift cards. I may have a mask and gloves on, but I'm going to find a way to get those gift cards and get them to the families that need them. And then finally, the other thing that I would mention to you, Jerry, and to your listeners is that the easiest way to support us is simply to go to the website or text Wings 15 to 71777 is the way to make a quick $5 donation. That is the quickest way. You can also go to the website and click on the donate button and make a simple donation there. That's really what is needed most, because it costs us about $1,750 per Dragonfly to support them for a year, and so it's not inexpensive what we do, and that's why we're so diligent about our fundraising, because we make a life-changing difference for these families that are going through a real ordeal. So once again, thanks for your time, Gary.
Thanks, Bill, and text the word Wings 15 to 71777. Do it right now. Don't wait. And Bill, I'm giving away 2 gift cards to Starbucks to winners of the trivia question, and every time I give away one for a trivia winner, I'm going to give one to the Dragonfly Foundation. So you got 2 $10 gift cards coming from me for the Dragonfly Foundation for Starbucks as well.
Thanks so much.
And we're just about out of time. I'd like to thank Lisa McIntyre for coming down for a great show. Appreciate that. If you missed any of the shows, you can listen to them on the podcast at rockincincy.com. Let's see. Don't forget, hug your kids, call your parents, kiss your spouse every day, and wash your hands constantly. Again, we want to thank DryEffect Restoration Services for sponsoring the show today. Tune in next week. I have Kelly Meyer, 2020 President of the Cincinnati Area Board of Realtors, and Bill Gabbert, the 2020 President of the Butler Warren Association of Realtors. Coming up next is Wesley Adams and the Car Tech Show. And to close out today's show, we all need to laugh more. So let's start with a smile. This is an audio clip of Blue Stone Ivory's live performance of Chicago's big hit, Make Me Smile.
In the dark.